Hi everyone. Today I am going to share my story, my journey from a clinician to healthcare safety specialist. This was 1978 when we used to live in Meerut. I remember the day when my mother woke me up one day early in the morning. उठो, जल्दी उठो और तैयार हो, पापा को दिल्ली लेके जाना है, शायद पैर काटना पड़े. My father was a diabetic. I was just speechless. We all came to Delhi where my grandfather lived, and my father was admitted in one of the best hospitals of the Delhi, a private sector hospital. But within 2 days of admitting my father in the hospital, my father left us all alone in this world and went away. We all were shocked. My mother was shocked. Me, my younger brother, and my elder brother. My elder brother was just 1 year old to me. We all were just speechless. It was very difficult for us to understand what was happening at that tender age. My mother believed that doctors are God. But are we? She was never explained about my father's prognosis. She believed that my father will come home. Nothing is going to happen to him. I'm not blaming any of the doctors. But the most important, vital, important thing, which nowadays still people know about it, that effective communication was not done with my mother, and her whole world was shattered. Her belief was shattered. By God's grace and with my mother's blessing, I became a doctor. And during my whole clinical career, I was very communicative, empathetic, and cautious with my patients when I was an MBBS doctor and also during my anesthesia clinical practice. Then came the 2002 incident. This was one day when I was shifting at the end of the OT, at the end of the day, one of my patient to the ICU and settling the patient. When the nurse from the ICU screamed that the another patient had collapsed, I rushed to the patient and started the revival process, CPR. I asked for life-saving drug, injection adrenaline. And the sister in charge told me, Dr. Neha, we had only 2 injection adrenaline ampule and both are expired. I was shocked. I screamed, go and bring from the OT. And someone rushed and brought the injection adrenaline from the OT. Injection adrenaline was given to the patient, and luckily we could revive the patient, and patient survived also, and we could send the patient afterwards home also. But I realized when I was finishing the notes of the patient that my hands were trembling, my whole body was trembling, and sweat was trickling down my forehead. The thought, what if this drug was not available in the OT? What could have happened? After finishing the notes, the same time, the same evening, I called my sister in charge, ICU, and sister in charge, OT, and called them to bring their stock book also, and understood and learned from there the stock book process, the inventory process. We doctors don't read about these stock management. The nurses read about and learn about these. The pharmacists learn about these. I also talked to the pharmacist. He said the indent he's already received from the nurse, but he's waiting for the supply. At the same time, I sat with everyone and made a process, understood how much is their consumption, and when will they give the order. They will be checking the stock every day in every shift. I did not know anything about the quality, healthcare safety at that time. What is accreditation? What is ISO? I just applied my brains like we do at home, how to manage our stocks. And I talked to each and everyone, nurses and the pharmacist, made a flow chart and pasted the same day in the OT and ICU and gave a copy to the pharmacist also. Told him to keep the extra stock, buffer stock. And that was the day when I was born as healthcare safety specialist. Since then, I never looked back. I kept on making the system and processes for each and every sections or the areas or the situations in the OT and ICU. And I also kept on getting involved in entire hospital system and processes, became members of almost all the committees of the hospital. And that's how my journey kept on progressing and progressing. I did certain quality management courses. I did my MBA in healthcare administration. I became the accreditation assessor. In 2018, I got the opportunity to be promoted to regional quality head of the same organization. And I grabbed the opportunity where I was looking after the 3 units of the organization, the Jammu unit, the Gurgaon unit, and the Delhi unit. But then came the COVID, and the financial crunch came everywhere. And then a tough time came when I had to decide to go back to the clinical work or continue my journey as healthcare quality specialist. I chose the latter. I continued as healthcare quality specialist as a regional quality head. But this post was abolished in 2022, and 31st May 2022 was my last day in the organization. Afterwards also, I got the offers to become the director anesthesia and to look after as a medical administrator. But then I knew it, if I go back in the anesthesia practice, I knew how hard it is because I had headed the department of anesthesia and critical care also. I knew that if I go there, then if I have to work for a wider vision for the system and processes for the entire hospital, then that purpose will not be solved. My goal of having a safer healthcare system will not be solved. I will not be happy. So here I am today, and I am on a new journey and innovative pathway since I have worked closely throughout my clinical career with my surgical colleagues. I am on an innovative pathway as a mid-career surgeon's mentor for their personal and professional growth and healthcare safety. So stay tuned for more stories, more knowledge sharing, and to join hands together to have a safer healthcare system in our country.